this crowd loud enough to shake the foundations of this nearly century-old building. They are ready for football indeed in Chicago as their guys get set to do battle with the Minnesota Vikings. Fall is in the air and the NFL season is in full swing, and we're underway here in Week 4. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. Oh, nice move. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. Here's Dalvin Cook, third year back from Florida State. Give him 3 there on the first play of the game, and it's second down. On second down, it's Cook. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
I remember the first time I saw Dalvin Cook play in college. I was watching him on TV, called a scouting friend of mine and said, "Who is this guy? He's special." And he said, "Dude, you're watching a home run hitter on the field."
Yeah, he was special in Tallahassee. Left Florida State their all-time leader in rushing yards and touchdowns. On 1st and 10, Cousins. He's going to loft one deep left side here. Looking for Diggs, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Prince Amukamara. And they are going to take over right there at the 22-yard line. Trubisky brings the Bears up 1st and 10 at their own 22. First carry for Mike Davis, the former Seahawk. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. If you start assessing what went wrong last week, Charles, in their loss, had nothing to do with the ground game. They ran it well.
And you also have to say to yourself as a team, don't go away from what worked. That's not the reason the game was lost. Running the football over time, when you do it consistently, usually translates into wins.
And they're hoping to do it consistently here. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. He's got Burton here, and he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Oh, and the big play's going to get even bigger as penalty flags are down, and I believe they're going to get a face mask penalty tacked on. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it, and it'll be a turnover on downs. They run right side with Hunt, and he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. Hakeem Hunt, his first touchdown on the year, and they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 the score as they start 1st and 10. They try to run on 1st down, but this defense says no dice. They stop them a couple yards behind the line of scrimmage. It'll wind up being a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd and 12. Cousins gives way to Cook. And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. After getting stuffed on 1st down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Cousins now. And almost picked off. I guess the good news for them now, it's 4th down. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
They'll indeed go for it. It's Cousins. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. A surprising move to go for it. Predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off. And boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone. Pushing his way through. Mark that as a gain of 16 to set him up 1st and goal.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game. He gets it halfway there with that run. I think you play up-tempo, get right back on the line of scrimmage, and hammer at him again.
They'll try to punch it in with Davis. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down. Can this Vikings D hold up one more time? 3rd and goal. Here's Davis. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. A 5-yard loss there is going to bring up 4th down. Okay, so you just took the big loss. Now what are you doing on 4th down?
Well, we have a change of plans now is what we have, because I think they were looking at the play sheet, trying to dial something up to go for it on 4th down. But after that loss, that goes right out the window. Now you have to kick the field goal and hope to come back down the next time and score.
This will be taken to the back of the end zone. No, a nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle it. But conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these team special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light there. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
1st down. Here's Cousins. It's complete to Diggs. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
Listen to me.
Here's the first carry for Alex Collins. And once again, he's going to be stopped up behind the line. 2nd straight play. Shades of the 85 Bear defense a little bit. Back to the ground. This time Cook. And he's able to pick up the 1st down here before he goes down at the 26. But just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
Let's make these babies cry all the way back. Gun! Let's make these babies cry all the way back.
They run again on first down. Cook, he'll have a first down past the 40. He's at the 40, past the 20, 10, touchdown, Vikings. Dalvin Cook with touchdown number 8 on the year as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Well called, well blocked, and then he just made a great play. That was an athlete going a long way.
Yeah, how about the suddenness to it? Just getting there and taking off and going. For the defensive guys, plays like that really hurt.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Tavecchio. This one taken just inside the 10. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Dancing to his left. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. They'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's third down. 10-7 our score after 1 right here on EA Sports. Back in Chicago, ready for the second quarter. It's the Bears in possession. They've got a third down and a yard to start things out. Now it's Trubisky. He's got his tight end, Burton. Trubisky finding the former Eagle Burton for the Chicago first. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Had a bit of a lane there, took advantage of it. Give him 7 there on the first down carry. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3. At the Vikings 49-yard line.
And his throw here's incomplete. Trey Wayne's the Michigan State man right there in coverage.
I think that's a big-time play there because the slant route is really hard to cover because the timing is so quick. But able to see it, diagnose it, and get to the football, that's why he's able to bat it away.
Here's Trubisky to throw. This one into the hands of Burton. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. They go back to the ground now with Davis. Anthony Harris on the tackle.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
I'm going to come back to you. Hey, ball.
On second down, Davis. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Throwing here, Trubisky. And this is Gabriel on the catch. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Call it a gain of 3, but not enough to move the sticks. It'll be 3rd and about a foot or 2.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
They'll try to run for the first down with Hunt. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up 4th down.
It's 4th down.
The kick by Pinheiro is good. And the lead stretches to 6 here. It's 13-7. A dozen plays on that drive that ends with the field goal.
Let's go ahead and break out some of the old chestnuts here, right, partner? Keep the ball in front, rally to it, and make the tackle. Right? No big plays given up, no balls over your head. Bend, don't break.
Hold on. Chestnuts?
You like
Come
that
on.
one?
What does that mean, break out? That just because you break chestnuts?
I'm not sure about that, but I'm just going with why they said that. I have no idea.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, but with that last drive that culminated in a touchdown, I think they carry that confidence into this one. It doesn't matter where you start with the football now. They have to feel great about their opportunity.
Eddie Jackson with a tackle. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Now Cousins, and Diggs has it. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
Gun.
First down, here's the run with Cook. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first.
This guy's well on his way now to a big game on the ground. It's another good run there. Puts him over the century mark in yardage, and we're still in the second quarter.
Cook. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at their 49-yard line.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
We get slap happy up here sometimes. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
Well, Brandon, he's had a great day, but sometimes the other guys make a play against you. What's that expression they like to use in the NFL? Those guys get paid too, you know.
Yeah, in college they say, hey, they're on scholarship too. In the NFL, they're getting paid too. With the day he's had, you can have one go in the wrong direction. On 3rd down, Cousins looks to throw, fires right side, and that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. Now, the offense failed earlier on the previous crack at this, but they're going again on 4th down.
Hey, we're good, we're good. 59 mark. Check. Hey, Charlie. Mike.
They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And this is going to be incomplete. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Bears are going to get the football back, and they're going to get it in great field position. A first down carry for Davis. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. The intended target, Mike Davis. But now it'll be 3rd down.
Well, touch and timing are critical for those types of throws. He put a lot of zip on that one. Needed just a little bit more finesse trying to get it to his back.
Now Trubisky to throw. Finding Gabriel, complete. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. 18 yards on that one, and Chicago has the first.
Tight down. There you go.
They'll run on first down. Davis. On the tackle that time, it's Trey Waynes.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about...
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Mike Mitchell. And he is all the way up past the 25. Thought he had the pick. Flag comes in for PI, so cancel it out.
Interference. Oh, a killer for them. Thought they had a nice play. Instead, they'll be marching off yardage against them.
Mike 22, Mike 22. You run. Check hot route. Hot.
From the gun, it's Trubisky. And it's caught. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. Mike Davis. His 2nd touchdown on the season as the Bears push further out in front. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead now stands at 13.
Makes the score Bears 20, Vikings 7.
Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And you're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think the smart approach is to run out the clock, lick your wounds at the half, and see if you can come up with a strategy to play better in the second. But there's also something to challenging your offense right here. You know, hey, guys, you help dig this hole. See if you can get us out of it a little bit before the half runs out. Let's go make some plays.
Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. They run, Cook. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. On 2nd down, Cook. And he's got it across midfield and into Bear territory. The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half.
Check. 59. Let's get it.
Cousins on 3rd and 2. He's going to let this go for the end zone. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. So very close to a turnover there in the end zone. And likely time for one final play here in the half, so they will go for it on 4th down. Final play of the half, Cousins. And he's able to find Diggs. And he'll be brought down with the first down and a late flag here too. And he may get a few more tacked on for good measure. So they'll take the yardage and tack on 15 more for the face mask.
Talk about a play that absolutely costs you in the end. Just trying to do your job, right? Trying to get him on the ground. Next thing you know, they march off another 15 against your squad.
So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, set to resume. Here we go with the second half. The Bears holding the lead and ready to receive the kick. That's fielded in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. From the 30 on second down, Trubisky, a dump off for Davis. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 7 yards there and a first down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. On the carry, it's Davis. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
They go again with Davis. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
Here we go. Mike, 55. Check, 55, Mike. So we got man. Hey, check Mike.
They'll throw on first down with Trubisky. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And this is taken in at the 5. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Allen Robinson, his second touchdown on the season as the Bears push further out in front. Now Trubisky will lead the Bears up to go for 2.
Lock in. They're running X3. 218, chopper. Mike 55, Mike 55, Mike. Ran, up. Sweetheart. Watch twist. Mike 55.
They'll try and run it with Davis. And he will get into the end zone to bump the lead up to 3 scores. Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And not a particularly good return here as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
Call it a gain of 4, and it'll leave them with a 3rd down and 6 to go.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Good route there.
Working out of the gun, Cousins. Oh, and this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked off near the 29, and they will take over at the 29-yard line.
The Bears take over 1st and 10 at the 29.
After the interception, here's Trubisky. And he fires one that's intercepted. Xavier Rhodes with a pick. They needed a break. They needed to make a play here in the 3rd quarter. Defensively, they did that. Now they got to go quickly and get some points on the board.
And the best part is that they made their own break, taking the ball away. Now they just look at their offense and saying, guys,
let's go.
Come on, capitalize on this one.
Good starting field position for the Vikings as they have it 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. Pretty solid run here on first down. Almost picked up another first, but he appears to be a few inches short.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Rush in, rush in, rush in.
Gun.
Hey, yo. Check four.
Another tote for the workhorse this afternoon. It's Cook. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
Another good run for him. What else is new? That'll put him right at 150 yards for the game, so he's really made his presence felt in this one.
So from the 36 now, first and 10. The first run for the backup, Abdullah. He'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
Check safety.
Gun.
I got him. That's me.
We're going. Let's go.
On second down now, it's Cook. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Got to get to the 26 for a first. This is third down.
Gun.
They run it again with Cook. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. He went backwards 5 yards there on third down to bring up fourth. Still just the third quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on fourth.
59 mark.
Hey, team 6.
Check. Mike, check. 59.
Gun.
Cousins to throw for it on fourth. And the pressure too much that time as Cousins goes down. The Vikings unable to convert here on fourth. And the Bears will get the football back. The Bears in good field position to start out first and 10 at their own 44. They begin with a run by Davis. A little too much extracurricular there.
When you have a game with a lot of contact, tensions are going to run pretty high. You're going to be emotional, but you have to harness it somehow, and he didn't on that play.
After the penalty, it's Davis. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. Second down.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Back. You got motion man. You got motion man right there. Check, 42's the mic. Check, 42's the mic. I got it. Slam. Alert 3.
They'll run with Hunt on second down. And here's another tackle made at the line, so they're converging well on the football now. Eric Kendricks, the Vikings' leading tackler a season ago, in on the stop. 2 runs for a net gain of nothing. Now here's third and 10. Now it's Trubisky. Completes it to Davis. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. It'll be a gain of 9, and it'll be fourth down. Trubisky will throw. And, it'll be intercepted. Picked off by the former first-rounder Trey Waynes. Accelerating, and off he goes. 30, the 20. And he's going to score. It's a Viking touchdown. So they go on fourth down. Not only do they not get it, it turns into 6 points the other way. Disastrous.
And many people think you should just go ahead and knock it down in that situation. Turn it over for the offense. But I had a defensive coordinator recently tell me, we see that as a passive play. We don't do that anymore. We want the ball in our hands, and we want to head the other way.
It's probably also instinct a lot of times. If you see a lot of green grass ahead of you, go ahead and grab it.
It's the exact right play to do. That's knowing when to break the rules and when to make a play that maybe you hadn't been taught.
This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
Operating from the 27 now. Here's 2nd and 3. Now Trubisky. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down. The Bears on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. Here it's 3rd and 3. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs.
But when we go back to our conversation with the defensive coordinator, that type of a play was not a surprise to him. He expected trickery in this game, yet somehow his defense, they still took the cheese and got caught in the mousetrap.
9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
I know you're trying to wring every yard out of a run, but I think 9 yards there is ideal in this situation.
Yeah, now next couple plays, you only need 1 yard. Keep that clock rolling with a lead here in the 4th.
Yeah, what you're saying is maybe if it takes you 1 or 2 more runs to get the first down, that's extra time, extra plays. Really hurts the team on defense.
They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
Alert, 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 alert.
On 1st and 10, it's Trubisky. Pressure comes, and Trubisky goes down. Ben Gideon came in there hard on the blitz and got him down 9 yards behind the line of scrimmage. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. And I think the ball's out. And the defense not able to get it. From a defensive perspective, what's that moment like when you realize the ball is loose?
It is a moment where all concentration goes right to the football. This is something you've talked about in all your preparation for the game. And you probably talked about since training camp. Knock the ball free, take it away from the other team, and now you have that chance. There's a little bit of deflation when they end up recovering it.
They knocked it free, but couldn't take it away. Here's Trubisky. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The sack by big number 98, Linval Joseph.
Brandon, what I remember most about playing with guys who knew how to rush the passer, they would just tell you, just cover people for me, just long enough for me to get there. And that's exactly what happened on that play.
Ooh, with a juke. 51 yards on the punt there. And the Vikings will take over here, 1st and 10. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And last time they were very fortunate, this offense. They went for it on 4, turned it over in their own territory, but the other guys held up. They didn't give up any points.
So how about the guy with the number 1 headset on the sidelines, the head coach? That was planned going into it, not necessarily to not get the first down or to have the defense have to hold
But he
up.
trusted his defense.
Trusted his defense very much, and I think that's how he's going to play this game. Go for it, be aggressive, because I've got the wild bunch backing me up over here on my own sideline.
Yeah, we'll see what his offense can do.
You know, it's become cliche, but we have seen it and observed it. When runners have days like what we're seeing right now, they often take their offensive linemen out for steaks afterwards, don't they? They all go buy them dinner. But after a play like that, he might reduce it, might go to the corner and just grab a hot dog or two, huh?
Hey, I mean, they've still been blocking for him well in this game. They don't get one mulligan up front.
Okay, so what we're saying then is we're going petite filet instead of porterhouse.
8
How's
ounce.
that?
8 ounce is good.
All right, just check it.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out.
59's Mike, 59's Mike. Check, check, 59.
Now Cousins on 4th down. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off around the 37, and he'll get this back to the 32-yard line. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Mike Davis. His second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Bears turn that interception into a touchdown.
Recon, 132 fighter.
Now Trubisky, they're going to throw for it. And he's got it. So the two-point conversion is good, and they add on to their fourth quarter lead.
36, Vikings 17.
Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line.
At their own 21-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
Well, that's pretty symptomatic about how things have gone here. That play was just shut down right from the start.
And not going to give them a lot of confidence to help turn things around. It's complete to Diggs. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 17 yards, first down, Vikings. First down, here's Cousins. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. Stephon Diggs, his intended receiver. And that'll bring up 2nd down. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense, they're just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
He's got it complete to Diggs, right side. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go in the game. They face a 3rd and 4 after that last completion gets them 6. To the air again, it's Cousins. And now nothing but green ahead of him. And they will score a pick 6 for a Bears touchdown. The defense more than did its job. Now the offense is summoned onto the field as they'll go for 2.
22-jet bomber, 22-jet bomber.
Here's Trubisky to throw. It's complete. And he is into the end zone to bump the lead up 2 more. And is there bad blood here? I mean, go for 2 when you're up that much?
If there wasn't before, there is now. When you do that, you've just announced to everyone, you just don't care about the other side at all. All you care about is what you're doing, and they just want to pile up points.
They did. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left because victory Not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it, because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now, and if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
We'll see how they handle the waning moments of this one.
Hey, we got to get this stop here, D. No. Off. Lucky 50. Check three.
Again, it's Cook, and that play goes nowhere. He's met behind the line, and a penalty flag may add insult to injury. So following the holding call, what can they do here on 3rd and long? To throw is Cousins. And that will be incomplete with a clock down now to 13 seconds. Looks like the offense is going to take another shot here. They're going on 4th and 13. Running for it. Here's Cook. And nothing but daylight ahead. He's at the 30. And he takes this thing way down into Chicago territory. And they just took a timeout with 2 seconds to go. This one obviously decided. Not sure they needed to take it, but we'll take it with them. A real field flipper there, as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for the Bears, they're on a nice early roll as they move to 3-1 with a win here. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the Oakland Raiders. Meanwhile, for the Vikings, they'll drop down to 1-3. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head to MetLife Stadium to take on the New York Giants. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.